I could smell it from here. And I'm a bird.
It's maggots.
We'll have good smell.
He lets you do that. I assume you take your time in doing that.
Yeah.
And then once he thinks that you've gotten all that you can out of it, he'll put the maps back into his folders and set it aside.
Good.
Again, thank you for your business. Is there anything else I can do?
That will be it for now, but we may be back.
Yes.
I will be around again. I might not be in the same location.
Just give him a little bird nod.
This is the brides for my session.
The what?
Brides for my session.
I think you already gave them to me.
Yeah, you already gave it to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I gave you mine.
You gave me 3 gold earlier.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm gonna stop giving.
You're all
I'm
paid
gonna give
for
it
it.
silver. I
mean, I'll take your money, but
I'm gonna start.
you're gonna have some.
I'm gonna start.
You're gonna have some discrepancies in your.
I'm gonna start giving silvers for bribes.
You're running through your gold, yeah.
Yeah.
I need to make some change with some silvers.
That's what we'll do that. Above
Yeah,
down.
up top. Yeah.
Yeah, not down here. We'll get like. It's just like.
All right. Are you guys still shopping?
Yes, we gotta go to that ninja shop, right?
Yeah, we're gonna go over to the trap. Trap shop. They play traps.
Utilities and traps.
Utilities and traps. It's just trap is a big play.
I don't want to go to no trap shop.
You approach this stall that has looks like hunting traps hanging off of the top of one of the stall bars.
Yeah.
And you also see bells that are strung up with string. You see, funnily enough, you see one of those little pendulum things with the marbles.
Yeah.
You see bags of whatever they could be sitting on back of a shelf. Just various different implements of utility value.
I'll ask about some caltrops. Do you have any caltrops? And I'll ask about how much are the bells. And I want not necessarily big ones, but a good amount of small ones.
Like a small.
And maybe some fishing if he has it. If not, good.
Like a small silver bell.
Like just lots of small bells.
Small bells, like similar to like a sleigh bell or something like that, where it's like round, is what you mean, or you
Like
want
if you like
little triangular ones.
I don't know if it makes a difference.
Like one you see somebody ringing to get
kind of like that, yeah.
To get a
like small little silver.
Yeah, those things are definitely, that's what they portray in the book. So if you want stuff like that, so you ask about fishing line. Is that what you said? Something like that.
Yeah, fishing line, caltrops.
Caltrops.
Yeah, caltrops, traps. Yeah, and
It's a man of the man again. This is a shady market, so this man looks to be a rogue.
yeah.
Places a bag off the shelf onto the stall counter, and he opens it up, and you see little sharp. They look like nails, but they're like bent in with like wrapping around it. Those are the caltrops. Huge bag of them on the counter. You see him grabbing a spool of lime.
Yeah.
Sets it on the counter. How many bells did you want?
I think like 10.
10 bells. You're gonna be pretty loud walking out of here.
Jingle jangle.
Jingle jangle.
Want 10 bells?
Well, I mean, you can put them in a case that stops the
I might have something.
And some of those little
Everything looks like just 10
bells, like really tiny ones, like smaller than your pinky, that are held by, you know, like the little tiny Christmas bells?
The sleigh bells.
Like the really small ones, though.
The sleigh bells.
Some of those sleigh bells, fun
Like
sleigh
something
bells.
you'd put on an animal?
Yeah, I guess. Like a little tiny bell.
Sleigh bell.
They might be sleigh bells. I don't know.
I don't know what they're called officially. I just
Small bells.
round bells. I don't know.
Sleigh bells.
So 10 triangular bells.
Yeah.
How many round bells?
Oh, just
So I think they
3.
3. Okay. So 3. They probably call them like a little cluster.
Yeah.
Cluster of bells.
Okay.
So 3 clusters of
Yeah.
bells.
Maybe just either one cluster. The cluster is probably more than 5.
Yeah, just one little cluster of bells is fine.
One cluster. Alright, let me see if I can find that on here.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Cluster of bells.
Anything, not cluster of bells, but like, I know where bell is on there, but,
I was thinking about getting caltrips as well.
you want a bag of caltrips as well? So 2 bags of caltrips. A spool of fishing line.
Yes.
I already got that. Yeah, I already got. Oh, it's called Silver Bell. That's probably
Silver
what-
bell.
Yeah, silver
Yeah.
bell.
Yeah, and I have one. Well, I have
Yeah, because that's part of your background.
yes.
Silver bells.
I already sold that, dude. That
Anything
$10.
else you want me to find for you?
I mean, you know the. I'll ask him if he has any poisons, like, or paralysis.
You won't find any poisons in my stall. There is a alchemical stall just down the line.
Okay.
You guys saw at the last session a stall that has various different vials and
Okay.
bottles.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Anything else? Anything else utility or trap wise I can help you with? Perhaps
Maybe
this bear trap. He points to
maybe
this big freaking trap. That
some
thing.
like small things of planks of wood with some wood carving tools.
Wood carving tools.
Yeah.
Oh, you need wood carving tools?
You
You
need
have some?
you need wood crafting.
No.
I don't have anything like that, unfortunately. And he points you to another stall that might have tools for you.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you need to load up on tools.
Yeah, he's the tool master.
I'll
Tim's the tool man Taylor.
He's Glenn the tool man Taylor.
Glenn, it's Glenn the tool man Grimlock.
That's your new nickname, the tool man. It's tool time.
So you're directed to 2 more stalls.
Okay.
Anything else, guys?
The
No, I'm good.
signal whistle.
Signal
Oh.
whistle. Yeah, he'd have a whistle here.
Okay.
It's not a trap, but it's
No,
a
it's-
utility item.
It's
Yeah.
the rape whistle.
It's a utility
is.
item. So okay.
But
The rape whistle.
Okay, so
Is that the comeback and kick me whistle?
I gotta write this crap down. You're getting so much. 2 bags of caltrips, spool of wire, 10 bells,
yeah.
1 silver bell cluster.
Yeah.
Actually, the silver bells I thought was the bell that Reed the one that he probably needs in the past in 10, not the sleigh bells. Because
They're bells.
How do I kill this?
The question is, what do you want these bells to look like? You write them down that way because it's your inventory. at
No, I
that
want
point.
some that are just like little bells on a string, like very small bells.
Yeah, round bells.
And then I want some other ones that are just like not like that big, just some little tiny bells that are
Let's just call them bells.
bronze in texture.
Let's just call them bells.
big bell.
Do you want physical bells where you ring them like that, or are they like bells that just shake and make the noise?
Like if you were to like, they were on a line, you touch them, they go like.
Either will do that. It's just
Yeah.
however you want them to look. I'll just say bells. How many bells? 11? Are you
11?
11 bells? Okay. You describe what they look like.
Okay, I'm gonna get
Because
some.
I'm tired of
that
talking about bells.
look- Okay, some of my bells look different from other bells. Like one has a little bit
They
rust,
still all cost
one
the same.
one droops a little bit more.
one hangs a little low.
And a cowbell.
One's limb.
They're small bells, just so you know. They're not going to be big ones.
Okay.
I won't
They're
get
mainly made for traps, like setting an alarm around your camp or something. Or your places.
That's what it's for. I got one bell and 10 feet of string.
Was there anything else? Caltrip, spool of wire, bells, and whistle.
Yeah, that's it from this
That's
guy.
it.
And then the other 5 stands.
No, I got a caltrip as well.
Yeah, he got a couch up
Yeah, 2 bags of caltrips.
Just starts looting his box.
You don't know this, but I've been stealing gold from you.
Really?
No.
Okay, that'll be
I was gonna say no.
for the whistle.
The whistle.
For the whistle, that's 5 copper. 5 copper pieces. I know I didn't give you any.
Okay.
You don't have
Is
any.
that
I
the
know.
comeback or kick
I'm just
me?
letting you know. 5 copper for the whistle. I'm trying to find the bells.
I'm a rich man. Guess how many whistles I could have.
So many whistles.
Create a whistle stand.
Caltrips come in a bag of 20. So if that's not enough, you'll need more bags. This is also obviously a bag you can pour out and use. So that's 1 gold for a bag of caltrips. Bag of 20.
Okay, I'll get another.
That's essentially a one-use item,
Yeah.
unless you go to pick them up again.
just doesn't matter. What's the
It's a dump and forget. It's a dump and forget deal. So 1 gold for each bag.
Toss a
Okay.
coin to your
I'm waiting to pay at the end.
master.
Put it in your inventory. Kill you.
What?
Put it in your inventory.
What? I
Yeah.
got to count out my gold after this. Oh, you're
Yeah,
telling me
the
to?
count.
But the count.
Caltrip collections. You don't keep your gold written down.
No, I have. After that last session, I got counted again.
Oh, that's not how I did mine. I just
I
Okay.
remember.
I keep mine. This is the truth. This is.
The wire is probably another 5 copper because it's a
Wire.
small thing. You got like little fishing line, like you can set up with a tripwire
Mm-hmm.
or an alarm wire. So I'll just say it's another 5 copper, so that would round up to a silver if you want.
Okay, I'll get 2 more whistles. I'll get 1 more whistle. No, 2 more whistles. Just in case I lose the first one.
God, you're gonna be musical at the end of this.
One small move.
So 3 whistles. And
3
I'll,
whistles.
I'll get some
That's
more.
15 copper.
I'll get some
Okay.
more fishing line.
How many more? There's spools.
I mean, how
it's
many
like a
pieces of
little.
spool?
It's like a little. Think of it like a little cardboard, a piece of wood. It's
Yeah.
just kind of spun around it.
So am I talking like 500 yards, 300 yards per spool? 'Cause I got some like hard like measured out.
I think it's a 10 foot
Oh,
because it's well,
How
if
much
it's a
you think
spool,
that'll
it'd be
weigh?
longer.
yeah, I want like a really big spool.
It's probably like a 50 foot wire because it's thin.
Yeah.
I bet
So
you
it's not. You can cut it if you need to.
Okay.
really
So I'll get
50 foot spool of wire.
Okay, so I'll get like 4, 5
I
spools.
can't spell pouch.
Okay, let me write this down.
Oh, I did spell pouch right. Just looks like a T.
5 spools of wire.
Because it's a common resource. It's 5 copper.
Yeah, I'll do 5 spools of wire, 3 rape whistles.
So
signal
5
whistles.
5 50-foot spools of wire at 5 copper each.
Oh, shit. Don't you fly.
So that'd be, in essence, 2 silver 5 copper in a transaction worth. So, how many whistles?
3 whistles.
How many whistles do
That'd be
you
another
need?
silver and 5. It'd be 2 silver for your whole transaction. Crap.
Of whistles.
Math.
No whistle.
2 silver. That's 4 silver and all.
Okay, so I'll do.
The bells I haven't given you a number for.
So 2 gold.
It's 4 silver for everything but the bells.
Okay, so it's 2 gold, 4 silver.
And did you give me a gold for the caltrop?
No.
Okay, so a gold.
Per bag. I
1
got
gold.
2 bags. Caltrops.
Oh my god. 1 gold for a belt.
Gosh.
And you're wanting 11.
It's expensive. 3.
So that's 11 gold, 12 gold. That's 11 gold, 12 gold, 12 gold, and 4 silver.
I'm just gonna say, isn't that a little steep for the bells? And then try to persuade him.
Alright. Give me a persuasion.
Yeah. Because we know I'm so good at
Can
persuasion.
you do anything better? Yeah, 13 gold.
14 plus 2, so 16.
He's rolling high on persuasion.
Since you're buying so many bells, I can drop it a few gold. So you're getting 11 bells. That's 1 gold each. I can drop it down to 8 gold.
Sounds like a deal.
Alright. So that's 9 gold, 4 silver. In the whole transaction.
Okay. 9 gold, and then I don't know if I have any silver pieces. I do.
At the very bottom. Maybe one day we won't be shopping.
I mean, you get it once, and hopefully you don't need it again, unless it's a
I
consumable.
mean, this is the first.
Unless you just keep
9
buying
gold and 4
pelts.
silver.
9 gold, 4 silver.
Oh no, I'll be back to get my caltrips. It'll be like, okay, here's 1, 2.
You just want to fill your backpack full of caltrips, and then when somebody searches your bag, they just stick their hand in a bunch of caltrips.
I'll do something cheaper. Just get a bunch of broken glass.
My item sheet.
Oh shit.
Okay, so that's 9 gold, 4 silver for that transaction. You wanted to go to 2 more stalls.
2 more? Oh yeah, yeah.
No.
You wanted to find tools?
I just want to go to the Alchemist.
Just
just
the
want to go
alchemist?
to
Just
Alchemist? Okay.
You got your ninja thing?
Oh yeah, you want to go to the find weapons too.
Oh, who did?
You wanted to find weapons.
Smoke bombs. Oh yeah, let me ask
Ninja
him.
stuff.
Yeah, let me ask him.
All right, you want something?
Smoke bomb.
Smoke bomb.
Smoke bomb.
You want something like something you throw, or something that gets set off like one of my
no,
traps?
thrown.
Thrown.
Like ninja dust.
I think the alchemist would have something like that.
Okay, so we're going to Alchemist anyway, right?
Yeah.
Okay. No, we're not. You said you
Yeah,
didn't
that's where
wanna
I'm
go.
going. The
Oh,
Alchemist.
oh yeah.
He doesn't want to
go
look for the tools now.
No, the tools today. Okay.
We'll do all that.
No,
later.
no Glenn the Toolman Taylor.
Might just
Glenn the Toolman Killer.
pretty much. Y'all gonna see me with like 5 bags of holding. By the end of this, just to hold all my stuff.
Or you just like barely moving
Oh,
all the way?
God.
And then you walk, you take 1 step.
This is a stealth operation.
I have a fever. The only thing that can cure it is more cowbell.
Did you guys get a cowbell?
No, no cowbell.
What a missed
Wait,
opportunity.
Missed opportunity there, yeah.
Put it around you and be like, you are my pet now.
Caw, green, green.
All right, you head up to the alchemical stall.
Yeah.
You see a lot of different vials, bottles. You see some that are bundled, like tied together, like it's like a freaking milk crate or something. What can I help you with?
Yes, I wish to get some.
He looks at the pizza. You like to get some?
I'm passing him.
Paralysis potions.
Paralysis potions.
That and maybe some knowledge on those type of potions.
Shield hero here. I would like to look for. Well, let me say, smoke bombs. Smoke bombs. Smoke bombs. Oh.
Well, we have some of those. And for your paralysis potions, are we talking just before bed, first date, or never walk again?
Dang. Wow.
You might say that's a very offensive word.
Well, do you see where you are?
Yes, in a shabby part of town.
How serious paralysis do you want, sir?
I do not need that, but I do need long enough to restrain. So guess first pick.
God. God damn. He's gonna be distributing those whistles after
You're in the
this.
freaking black market. What do you expect?
He's gonna sell those whistles for a profit. Is that the come back and kick me whistle?
So we're talking a medium strength paralysis potion to knock somebody out, or make them unable to.
Maybe one will heavier duty as well.
You also want a heavy duty one.
Chris Marine?
This is like prolonged
was
period
it
of
the-
time.
More than a day.
No, I don't want anything more than a day.
So you just want something for maybe a couple hours.
Yes, but I may need one for a day for sure. Just to
A
ensure
day. Okay.
some targets may
Um,
not go down soon.
After we get done with this, are you wanting to go to the tool shop or just start heading out? Okay. So we probably might.
The pricing for the stronger one, you want it to be roughly a day in effect, right?
Like one stronger one, and then a couple weaker ones.
The one that you're wanting
4
to
hours.
last roughly a day,
Mhm.
that'll probably be about $300.
300. If so, a strength emergency. Get everything run.
Oh.
I'm kidding.
The weaker potions would probably run you about 100 gold each.
Why don't you ask them the components of what goes into it? Maybe you can just.
May I
Right.
ask what goes into these extravagant potions?
Love and care.
Nice.
I'm asking beyond love and care. Ingredient wise.
You'll have to ask my alchemist. I just sell it.
Oh.
I just peddle the goods, sir. Do what?
How may I get in touch with such an alchemist?
Well, they actually run a shop up top.
Oh, so the ones we already seen.
And what might the shop name
It escapes me at the moment. Down here too long, the smell gets to you. Especially with all this around me.
be? And what are you talking about by this?
What was he talking about by this?
The sewage? Yeah.
He points at his
I
stall
like
full
that
of
Lois, and I was like,
poisons and other stuff. While he's talking to you, he goes to pull a couple different objects for Kildare. Some round, spherical,
Ninja dust.
kind of
How big?
They're like that big.
Damn.
Yeah. Spherical things you can throw.
Uh-huh.
Presumably they'll crack open and release whatever's inside of
Yeah.
it. And there's another one that's a pyramid that sits flat on the surface.
Oh, is that the one that that goes off?
It could, from what you can tell.
Okay.
And that's roughly 3 of those.
How much are those?
These will be 50 gold each.
Damn, I don't got that.
I'll be saying, your price is so amazing. And then I walk back. I walk off.
Let's just go ask the. Let's go back to the alchemist.
Crazy
No, not the. Was it the crazy lady?
Yeah.
Was it the crazy lady or was it the?
The
other
hag
people?
woman is
The
what
hag
you,
lady.
who you
Oh, let's go to.
recognize.
I would love to go back to the hag lady.
I'm ready for her again.
She's great.
So what are you guys doing now?
Alright, swoosh my cake.
Yeah.
You know there's
This
an
place-
exit if you're leaving. You know there's an exit that
Yeah.
leads to the plaza.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
place.
We wish to go.
Walk away. This place is bullshit.
Alright.
Wait. I have a question.
Yeah.
Did we notice any security people down there? It might seem like they're the most.
Oh yeah, there's definitely a lot of people down here. You see a couple armed guys.
Oh yeah,
They're just kind of sitting around.
yeah, they're waiting for somebody to say something. Like this place is bullshit.
Like these guys are pretty
I was just,
pretty jacked.
I didn't know if I need to roll for anything or.
Are you wanting to try to like
You better
avoid
hell
their
no.
eye, or
No, just to kind of like scope it out. Like, what have I seen?
you don't see any official like city guards or anything? You
Well,
see,
obviously. Yeah, I didn't expect to
Do
see.
you,
city.
do you want me to?
nobody's
kinda
causing
eyes-
trouble down there. They're just shopping.
Do you want me to kind of eye up everybody?
Sure.
Okay, give me perception. Are you standing or are you going?
Oh, I
as
didn't.
do
Are you
this?
like using an ability, or are you just like?
Well, I was thinking about using my Akina because I haven't used it yet. But it's only on one person.
Oh, we don't need to do that then.
Yeah. Maybe a.
Yeah, there's no trouble going on. You guys are in a shopping area. People are haggling. They're laughing. They're eating stuff. That again, there's a stall with the weird looking animals being cooked up. You got vegetables and stuff like that hanging off of another stall that people are
Yeah.
buying produce that you may not get anywhere else.
No, I'm ready to go. Are you ready to go?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
but
so we'll have
just
to-
kind of take note. We could probably take note of what people look like.
You can see without any perception checks that there are several guards and whatnot, and they're sticking around in one area where it seems like the corridor keeps going. There's more stalls, and you see some light that looks like daylight coming in through from the sides instead of like up top. So you can imagine that's where the exit to the area outside the plaza would be, because you hear a lot more people.
Okay. So we walk.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm ready. I'm ready to get out, and we can go to the. Do you want to go to it, or are we want to end here? Or what?
For you guys, we're gonna currently.
Okay.
The other group, one of us is still missing. The other group's in the Queen's Plaza, or the Queen's Palace. Let's see. Currently, character-wise, Babel, Bam, Janster, Sheehan, Ascandir are in the Queen's Palace. Ascandir. Janster was more interested in getting his effects of his chest and whatnot, so he left for the Queen's Palace Armory to go get his stuff there, and then he went to the Royal Stables, which is out in the city. So he left the party, so he's separated. Bam, did you stick with him, or did you stick with the party?
I believe I'm with the party.
Okay. Sheehan, Iskander, Babel, Bam. It appears that Babel is busy with the maps and whatnot, trying to think up his plan with anything to do with the raider issue. Does anyone else want to do it while they're in the Queen's Palace? You guys can leave at any time. You could get into other trouble. I know a lot of it bears on big issues at the moment. But if you guys want to do anything else, I'm open to it.
Isandros is still in there, right?
Yeah. You have Isandros, you have Suffolk Hano, Suffolk Mago, and you have the noble lady that Iskander officiates for.
I wanna waddle up to Isandros and like try to get him to pick me up.
My little boy. He looks down at you while everyone else is talking, and he has a staff in one hand, the other hand's open, and he goes to bend down and pick you up ever so gently, and he holds you up. How big is Bam? We haven't really described him personally. Like compared to an average human.
Well, if I'm standing on my tippy toes, I'm about 5 inches.
Okay. So he holds you up.
In the highest regard.
Yeah, he carefully
Is it you?
he carefully holds you up to his face, and he says, "What can I do for you, young sir?"
So, do you know a lot of warlocks?
I've known a few in my life.
I'm looking for one specifically.
Well, do you have a name or
Master.
master? Is this your master?
Yes.
Does your master have a lot of servants?
So far, it's just me. She had a cat. I don't think, I tried talking, never said anything, so I think it's just cat.
You think it's just cat?
Yeah.
Well, perhaps I've met her in my workings with other mages in the past.
How long ago?
Well, it's been a few years. Can't say I've aged well myself, but it wasn't that long ago. Do you have any descriptions?
Yeah, she has red hair. She's a half-elf. Wears lots of purple. And sometimes when we walk in the villages, some of the villagers say she's thick in the right places.
I think I'd remember that.
I don't know what that means, but, hopefully, like, people have seen her, but I'm having a hard time.
I know a few redheads myself. I've known a few redheads. Only a couple warlocks. So that would be... Well, do you know how old she is?
I was told it's impolite to ask, so I never did. With her being a half-elf. She looked kind of young, but... I don't know.
I think I know who you're talking about now.
I start slapping my tail really hard on his hand because I'm excited.
27 times?
28.
Stringy little tails. I met her in my days at the Great Library.
Great library. I'm gonna reach my bag and get a piece of paper,
He throws stuff out of his bag, digging for paper.
and I write down the Great Library.
Yes, a lot of great magisters I know had their start at the Great Library.
That's right.
She might have passed through there. She might still be there, for all I know.
Now, I know you said it's been years since you've seen her, but did she look like she was in trouble or anything?
I have to say, time and time again, I see troubled magisters. She seemed to be carrying it well.
Well, once she sees me, she'll be all better.
Oh, I hope so.
Yes.
She might be there. A lot of magisters go back to their roots and try to find new information. The Great Library receives all information in the world, if it is passable, of course. In times like these, with the raiders, some information may be closed off.
Where is the library?
Oh, that is in a nation on another continent. It is to the south.
Oh. I get ink all over his hand because my pen's bad. To the south.
You might be able to get to it still. You can follow the seaways to the east and wrap around this continent.
Okay.
So Bam notes this for
Yes.
his character information. It's a lot. It's not a great climate for books and scrolls, however. You might want to dress lightly. I know you're small, but the sun heats all.
Oh yeah, I don't like the sun. Sun bad. Thank you so much.
You are most welcome.
And I bow 8 times.
Can I do anything else for you?
I'd like to be down. Heights are scary.
He slowly eases down. You hear a couple creaks, and he puts you on the floor again, back onto the mosaic.
I'd
tile
like to
floor.
cartwheel off his hand onto the floor.
Okay.
Nailed it.
I think that's an athletics trick.
Oh, is it?
Did you do it before he had his hand on the ground?
I want to say close to it.
Okay, acrobatics check.
Ooh, that's 6.
Do a roll.
Huh?
You roll and then add to it.
Oh, I did.
He
Oh, you
did.
did? Okay. You kind of flop.
Nailed it.
It's like Creed Bratton trying to do a cartwheel. I did it. Perfect cartwheel.
It's Ryden doing the cartwheel down the stairs naked. Ascandir, Sheehan, do you want to do anything?
So
while
who
you're-
who all is present with us currently?
You have Asandros the wizard, you have Suffate Hano, and you have Suffate Mago. Both of them are sitting in their dual thrones. And you also have the more temporary seating where the noble lady that you serviced before sitting there. And that's, other than a few attendants in the outskirts, kind of just trying to stay out of the way.
If you could refresh my memory, what was the current main objective?
The current main objective really is up to you guys, but the main issue at hand for the city that you're in is the raider issue. The raiders are cutting off supplies from the west and a bit into the east. Babel was going to be attempting to pitch the idea of doing a spearhead into the eastern flank of the raiders to try to cut off some of those raiders and get the navy and the mercenaries through to take on the raiders from behind in a flanking maneuver. Other than that, mainly it's just the politicking of who's calling the shots for big stuff like this. The Suffates give the orders based on what the Senate says, and the Admiralty has the last say because they're the ones dealing with the Navy and whatnot. You guys were asked to go speak to the Navy about working out how you're gonna get into this raider fight. No other really pressing issues other than your own personal goals and what you're after. And as far as you, Iskander, knows that your ward, the noble lady, asked you to help guide the party. As a fellow warrior, they'll definitely need you. Anything else would be up to you and what your desires are. And again, with just out of character, DM Babel is kind of pressing at this moment, but he's not here. So you guys can do what you want. I'll just roll with it.
Well, I want. Well,
To ride my bicycle.
I just want to ride my motorcycle.
Motorcycle.
I think before we do anything, I think we need to get ourselves a ship. First and foremost.
Who are you speaking to?
I'm just saying out of character. Like the. Well,
So it's a good pick. If you guys want to go anywhere unhindered, you might want to buy yourself a ship or have one built for yourself.
well, here was the suggestion I had made to you sessions ago. Out of character, I guess, but I had the idea that we could potentially go and try and see if we can work with the Navy in order to capture a sizable ship that the raiders or whomever would probably be using to patrol their waters for any merchant or naval vessels belonging to the city, I guess.
Yeah.
And we'd be able to, stake out a possible spot that they've been sighted, and try and work with the Navy or whomever would be willing to.
Like go on patrol for them, kind of.
Yeah, but we'd end up capturing their one of the enemy vessels that we can in turn use for our use for one of our whatever we need to do for planning. Whether it be go someplace else, get out of the city, and go adventuring, or
There's plenty to do.
destroying more raider ships with their own
Yeah.
vessels.
A person, like, if you guys capture a ship, you can do all sorts of stuff with it. You could even
Black Flags.
We
It.
leave this campaign behind.
We go Black
like
Flags.
if
No, I mean,
if you
Join
manage
the pirates.
if you manage to convince the Navy to take you along on one of their routes as they're like switching out forces, for example, you can definitely if they fight raiders when they find them, you could try to capture the ship, and you could take this ship back to port, repair it, whatever you need to do, customize it if you want, paint it up, or act like raiders and go be like, "Hey guys, how are you fellow raiders doing?" Kind of a deal. Or you can just take the boat and run.
Making sure
It's
that-
whatever you want to do.
Just to make sure that my memory of last session was correct, the last thing that we learned is that we have the Raiders doing their thing, but we have some dark omen in the draconian-esque lands that we also have to deal with. And some allegedly,
If you want to.
allegedly that we need to deal with.
That's another possible pressing issue, but you don't know much more other than Babel being a warlock, his patron goddess, the goddess of commerce, gave him the vision of a great evil to the west, as he claims, And
Communism.
at the same time, at the same time, you guys learned from Babel that the Dragonborn Kingdom to the west, which the city has not been in contact with until this point, with the refugees, they had survivors coming through the Dankmire. What survivors were left from this situation and are in the city currently. Shamash was interested in hearing this because he hasn't been home in years, and he's also been in your survivor scenario. You guys are the survivors of a situation probably unrelated, but you don't know. So he was going to go hunt them down and see if he can gather up whoever wants to go with him. And Babel wanted to make Shamash your guys' de facto leader and become a foreign military unit. That way the city and the mercenaries try not to have you guys under their thumb. They just, because the city wants to have contact and trade with the Dragon. That's a lot of mixing up of like what you want out of that.
It's
But
two players who aren't here.
yeah,
And
it's
they're,
too,
and they're
unfortunately.
and they're
But
plots.
the scenario's still there if you guys want to follow up on any of that. But he claims that there's an artifact that the gods told him about
3 parts, I think.
Yes.
It's in 3 parts.
in 3 parts, and one of them's on an island in Raider territory that he knows. And that's the only one he knows of right now.
Probably when he gets that one, then it's going to tell you where the next one is, and the next one.
That's what he's hoping.
Or we not
Well,
find
lads,
anything.
we have a session where it's probably just going to be the 3/5 of us. Assuming we actually reconnect. We have a micro adventure within the camp. How do we want to spend it?
If only there was a
45
ship
hours.
that's been brought in. If only there was a ship.
So that's your understanding from what Babel has said, what the Suffates have told you with the Raider scenarios, what their suggestions was with the Admiralty. The Navy is the last say because of they're the ones that fight the Raiders currently. And the only land force you guys have got that is any force to be reckoned with are the mercenaries. The mercenaries are who the Suffates suggested you guys join up with to get the perks of being mercenaries and the ability to move about freely because the mercenaries have their own agendas that they use with their own ships. Unlike the Navy, who is tied down with the Raiders. So it kind of all comes back to like, do you guys want to get on a ship that somebody else owns? Do you want one of your own? Do you want to... What do you want to do with the sea?
I'm gonna throw this out just because my character is new and doesn't really have any ties or connections to any of this plot too much. I'll follow along, but I probably won't really take an initiative in any of this politicking.
What a cop out.
Hey,
You did offer your
I offer my
strategic advice through
Yeah.
playing Go with anyone who wants to.
I offered it to Babel so he could run the simulations on his battle strategy for a bit.
Yes, which he is definitely going to try to do when he's available.
Yeah.
Wings available.
So it's down to 3 players that are here in this party out of 5 in that party. So it's, if you guys want to do anything, if you want to leave, you want to speak to anyone in the palace, feel free to. I'm not forcing you to do anything. I'm just reacting.
Personally, I don't like the idea of us having like a leader per se. I like us all, each individually having our own agency to do things.
Captain Norris is our leader.
This was
Well,
just.
I mean, like,
This was just. This was. This was just, again. This was mainly a guise so that the others, like, I'm sure he meant you guys have the agency to make your own decisions as a group or individually. This was mainly so they would leave you alone to do
Okay.
stuff because they don't
It's
want
a-
to
it's
piss
a-
off the Dragonborn nation.
It's a figurehead.
Yeah, figurehead. Like Shamash could just go along with it because, hey, I don't want to be under any dude, kind of a deal. I would imagine the same's for you guys.
Typical Dragonborn. I'm under everyone because of my height.
Or you top.
Did you find out the master's name?
Does so Iskandir, how do you want to bring this plan of yours up.
Who amongst the people has anything to do like with the military, like specifically the Navy?
Amongst the leadership here,
yeah.
Suffolk Mago, the man that was in the military guard.
Oh,
Okay.
He's in a more ornate looking thing like you'd see with the elite troops that you saw before. He looks similar to them.
Okay. I think I may approach him and offer the suggestion that we should go with if the Navy could provide some assistance, we should go prowling for one of the raider ships for us to use, and in addition to getting an enemy vessel off the water, helping the Navy out with that a little bit, we could also, once it's fixed up and whatever else, probably retrofitted or whatever we can put onto it. Not saying
Make it your own ship.
pretty much, but like I do like the idea of going around and
Go ahead.
I do like the idea of going around and with flying the enemy colors in order to make them believe that we're one of their ships and just boarding and capturing.
The Navy
ships.
might be able to help you out with knowing more about the actual enemy they're fighting, like how they look.
Is this guy not part of the Navy?
Are you actually saying this to him, or
No. Oh,
you were speculating a minute ago?
Yeah, I was wondering to know if he had any official ties or whatever to the Navy. Because I wanted to bring.
So you're asking him that now?
I'd like to bring forward an idea that we could potentially help the Navy as much as it helps us.
All right. What is your idea then?
With the Navy's assistance, we will join a patrol ship in order to scour the waters for potential enemy patrol paths. Probably make landfall and try and hide the ship somewhere out of sight from the enemy patrols. Stake out for a couple hours and see if we can try and find a raider ship that we can capture with whatever forces we can manage to scrounge up, including us. And that way we can get an enemy ship off the water. It provides us with a ship in order to complete our objective. And we could potentially start we could potentially start capturing enemy vessels and repurposing them for the Navy to help supplement their numbers.
From what I know, these ships are a lot smaller than ours, but that's part of the trouble is they're lighter and faster than ours. Our ships are warships. These ships are more built to what they need. They're raiding ships. I don't know if they could survive a direct hit by one of ours. I've not been there. I've only heard tales from the Navy in my passing. I have no direct control over the Navy. I, as the domestic suffect, give the citizen and state forces their missions. I don't tell them how to do it. I give them what the people want, the Senate and the people's Congress.
Would he happen to would he happen to have like an in with somebody that could possibly help us? Like, would he know somebody potentially in like the Navy?
I know of the Admiralty Board, 2 people. They mainly stick together though, so it's hard to get them alone and get their ear. You're probably better off just trying to visit the Admiralty and seeing if they'll allow you passage on their ships. It doesn't seem too far of a stretch, given that they occasionally carry Marines. I imagine a few more people wouldn't hurt.
It would greatly, I think it would greatly benefit the city too if we were to get a few of their ships off the water.
But they stick to their island in the center of the military shipyard.
So, is this
So that's where you'll find any
so?
admirals currently in dock.
Are these ships brigs or are they what scooters or brigs? What?
They're all technically galleys.
They're,
They're all technically galley ships.
the states, right?
Yeah,
I'm talking about the Raiders.
The Raiders are very small, tiny galleys, pretty much, but they're like sloops. I guess you could compare them to. Again, you haven't seen one yet, so anything that you hear about it is just whatever
Hearsay.
people are describing it as. You know they're lighter ships now that he said something like that out loud.
Nah, I wanted a bigger ship. But they're the ones that are doing that. So, if only there was a bigger ship.
Oh yeah, you weren't even. Well, I mean, as a player, you heard description. But,
Yeah.
But
So-
again,
so
Sulfate
the
Mago suggests you just try to petition the Admiralty, whoever's in port, and see if they'll allow you passage on one of their ships. Especially since the Sulfates have suggested you speak to the Admiralty. That should be some backing by the actual leadership to go speak with these guys. You can scheme and make plans however you like, but we can't have this going on much longer. We are losing resources from our colonies. And that's just the
You
death
want
of the
to
city.
exit that way to the shipyard?
Okay.
When we leave the
Well, I guess the next next move would probably be go see the Admiralty and see if we can get plan formulated. Well, steal a ship,
Huh?
which would probably greatly benefit us because if their ships are as fast as they described, you know, we'd probably be able to match or even outrun raider vessels, depending on how much tonnage they have. Potentially could capture multiple ships if we refit the vessel we capture, make adjustments where necessary, and fly their colors. We can go behind their lines and potentially give the Navy a bit of an advantage. Maybe we could actually break them.
So you're suggesting subterfuge instead of actual combat, like on a large scale.
Potentially. If,
At least for the party.
yes.
Because obviously the military is going to be fighting the Raiders regardless.
Potentially, yeah, for the party, yes.
Raid the Raiders.
Yeah,
Is
exactly.
it this?
Raid the Raiders, as Sheehan says.
I would love to raid the Raiders. Just IRL.
Investigate the Raiders.
Just a player that's
Figure out who
that's
they
over
really
here.
are.
Alright, so who wants to carry old Bam?
I will. And I-
Bam holds up his arms to Sheehan.
I pick him up.
Chilling on that shoulder.
I will make you a special plate.
I'm trying to put 'em
So,
through.
are the three of you going to be heading out then? Or are you going to be
Should
sticking
we
around?
return the surprise to our allies? Bring them a ship? We may need help, but three people is still not enough.
Janster is not with you. He left to go do his own stuff.
Yeah, Jansen
Shamash,
would be cool.
Aros, and Balasar are not with you. Glenn and Kildare are still not grouped with you. So it's just you three and Babel. Babel, who is poring over his maps currently.
So should we go find some of our party, or just go to the Admiralty thing?
Admiral Titty.